Hey guys, I thought I would share with you some impressions of my garden in the drought, which is not the prettiest look, so to say. I didn't have to mow the lawn for, I don't know, 2 months or something, because it is so dry that when you walk across it, it almost feels like walking on hay, not really like walking on grass anymore, because it's all so dry. It's really yellow at some parts already. Yeah, and I put the bunnies out, not because I want them to eat grass, because as you can see there's none left, but simply but simply because it's way too hot over there in the stable, and here on the ground it's a little bit cooler. But I don't mind the heat. Oh look, Schnuffel actually still found some grass. It will at least last for an afternoon, and then everything will be like hay here as well. Guten Appetit. Yeah, enjoy your meal. Yeah, I don't mind the heat at all, but the plants do extremely. The well, which I usually use to water all my pot plants, and yeah, usually also a bit the lawn if it's necessary, it has run completely dry, and it's more than 10 meters deep. That has only happened to me, I don't know, twice maybe in my life. So usually we have a lot more rain. The only tree which doesn't seem to mind the drought is the apple tree. As you can see, it's pretty full, and if they actually grow and the tree doesn't throw them off before they're ripe, we will have quite a good apple harvest. But that's about it, because the cherries, they fell down, rotting. Oh, not rotting, more like dried cherries, you know, but not like you can eat them anymore. And yeah, I could only harvest a handful of cherries this year, which was a shame, because the tree was very full, but the weather conditions are so unusual for Germany. It's really crazy. And even here, until last year, I put vegetables in this bed, but this year I had decided, okay, I will do like a wildflower mix for the insects. And even these don't really grow. They all look so sad because it's simply too dry. They are not made for these climate conditions. I don't know, I think you call it elderberry. We say Holunder is starting to get ripe. And usually I harvest it and make juice and jelly from it. But this year in Germany, the wild birds, they really have trouble to find anything to eat because of the drought. And so I will leave it to the birds. They like those berries a lot, and I'm not starving, and I don't want them to starve, so they can have it. I even put up these feeding balls, which I've never done before in summer. Usually we only do that when it's freezing for a few weeks in winter. But yeah, this year is different. I have to cut my roses, but I'm a little bit afraid of getting stuck, like in Sleeping Beauty, because they are growing like crazy. Oh, I have to show you something crazy. I bought a tomato plant, like cocktail tomatoes, the small one, and it was about this height when I bought it, okay? And this is what became of it. It completely mutated into the mother tomato plant of all. I don't even know where it's beginning and where it's stopping. It has a lot of tomatoes, but they are not yet ripe. I thought it would stay small, like maybe 30, 40 centimeters or something, but this just exploded. I don't know what happened. Yeah, this is a little bathtub for the birds, and because they are very thirsty and they don't find a lot of sources to drink anymore. And they also have to really not only drink but take a bath to prevent parasites. So that's why I used a flat big bowl, not very deep water but enough for bathing. And I put this stone here in case a bumblebee or a bee falls in, then they can climb out again without drowning. My herbs are doing quite okay with the drought. It looks a bit chaotic because I haven't been doing a lot in the garden this summer, just because of the heat. Yeah, the plum tree up there, it is throwing down its fruits because it can't hold them anymore in the heat. They are quite small and most of them are not yet ripe. Sometimes I'm lucky. This one doesn't look too bad. Let me give it a try. Ooh, still very sour. No, you should have kept holding onto this one a little bit longer. Okay. Wow. The raspberries, they really all dried right on the bush. Some are okay, quite small, but okay. This one looks good, but yeah, that's a good one. But most of them turn dry like this one. Here, so no good harvest here either. And this one, the hazelnut tree, it's very, very full, but it is throwing down a lot of empty nutshells. So it looked like a good harvest, but because of the drought, the tree couldn't really fully develop the nuts. And they keep falling down here. So we pick them up and open them, and almost all of them are empty. And this is the only bush which I watered, so that's why its fruits turned out quite well, and I think I should harvest them now. I actually have no idea what you call that in English. We say Johannisbeere, would translate to John's berry, but I'm pretty sure that's not the English name, so maybe somebody can tell me. They taste really sour, but not in an unpleasant way, but refreshingly sour. And I like to put them in cake or to put them in a bowl and put freshly cooked, pudding is not pudding. What's our pudding? I think you might call that, no, I forgot the word. Like made from milk and vanilla and sugar and an egg, I think. That's the classic ingredients. Yeah, on top of it. And that tastes really good. The sweet, creamy pudding and the sour, refreshing Johannisbeeren in the underneath. Yeah, that's about it. Please cross your fingers that it will rain at some point here. Have a good day.